And there have been a team sort of sent out, haven't they, as scouts to meet with Trump. And of those teams, some of them have been found to be kind of publicly on social media during the campaign, not being terribly positive about Donald Trump, which makes you think, why would you send those people?
No, absolutely. There's a lot of history here. I mean, Theresa May herself attacked Donald Trump when he said Muslims should be banned from entering the US. So that was plain wrong, divisive, it was unhelpful. And she sent her her legs, really, who Fiona Hill and the guy Nick Timothy, whose name I can never quite remember, sent him out to the US. But they'd both also attacked Trump in the past. Fiona Hill had called him a chump. Nick Timothy said they shouldn't reach out. And so that's rather difficult. That's why they're trying to build bridges now. Yeah. They're trying to move on, but it's very difficult.
We see this regularly, don't we? Twitter coming back to bite people. But Nick Timothy also wrote, American politics was depressing enough before Trump took off. Donald Trump is a chump, as you said, from Miss Hill. I wonder how that conversation went when they first met, because they've met some of Trump's team already, and whether there's a sense of, look, you know, we have to get on with this, or would it have been confronted? Do you think they'd have talked about it?
I think it'll have been there in the background, but the way you diplomatically deal with it is you don't shout about it, you know, and the Trump camp will know they've got a slight upper hand because of that, and it'll keep you on the back foot. But what happens when you become president, as you become prime minister in this country, you have to move on. You have to deal with people. I sometimes think we're too subservient to the US, and too much great store is put on this so-called special relationship, which we see as far more important than the Americans, which is why Theresa May was 11th.
Do you quite like the fact that they were very open about their thoughts on Trump? Trump's now become, or president-elect will be the president soon, and so, you know, we have this sort of edge to the relationship.
There's an edge now, but unfortunately, I think they'll try and smooth it over and not base the relationship on values, because Trump has said and done some terrible things, and Angela Merkel, the German leader, has been far more forceful about saying any relationship has to be on values, not just saying, yes, you're the US president, we'll do everything you want.
So what about the business then, briefly? Because if the rest is all fluff and nonsense and relationships, ultimately we want a good trade deal with America, don't we? And will that be tricky when Trump is all about buying American?
No, absolutely, that is right. He is America first, make America great again, not make Britain great again. He's a protectionist. He wants to fight his corner. We've got to have the Prime Minister fight in our corner. But the problem is, if you're the Prime Minister now, our relationship, Britain's relationship with the rest of Europe is about to be fractured, leaving the European Union. You don't want a bumpy relationship with the US at the same time, because the US is politically, militarily, economically a great power in the world. It's probably the hyperpower, the most dominant power. You want a good relationship, but it's how do you get that? And if you just go kowtowing and you say how high when Donald Trump says jump, you're going to be in a great difficulty. And down the line, they're going to offer him a royal visit, go to see the Queen, Windsor Castle, coach ride down the Mall, probably have to put the hood over the coach because there'll be a lot of protests because he's upset so many people. But nevertheless, they're going to roll out the red carpet for him and try and lure him. But he's so unpredictable, Donald Trump. He's unlike anybody they have dealt with before. And you don't know which Donald Trump you'll get, whether you'll get somebody who's very charming or, let's be quite frank, a lying, racist, sexual predator.
Wow.
That is frank.
She's got a lot on her plate, that Theresa May, hasn't she? Yeah.
Are you busy on the 20th? No, not busy.
I'll watch it on TV.
There you go.